and we will get started. So if you're listening to music, hit play on your playlist, and we'll begin in any posture you want to begin in, something very restful. So that might be child's pose, that might be laying down. If you'd like to start in a seat, like a seated meditation, that is a wonderful option for today's practice as well. We're going to be here for a couple of minutes and give ourselves a little bit of time to integrate into the space and to integrate into the practice. So once you've made your choice in your first posture, let yourself really settle here. Your arms soften, your shoulders soften. Feel the support of your mat underneath you, whatever part of your body is touching your mat. Let that support be the foundation from which you build your poses and build your practice. So we're talking about the Crown Chakra, the seventh of 7 chakras, the Sahasrara Chakra. And the Sahasrara Chakra translates as 1,000 spokes or 1,000-petaled lotus. It has to do with the very crown of your head, as well as the space just above it. So think of a literal crown. I like to think of tiaras, but that's my personality, and how they rise slightly above your head. So today we've got this kind of energetic crown that we're giving focus to. And that focus is very much about our enlightenment. It's about a state that transcends consciousness and allows us to feel mindful and present, not only to the moment that we're in, but also to transcend beyond that moment into this deeper sense of being and deeper connection to the world around us, as well as to a higher power, a spiritual being, a belief that we're part of something bigger and we have a purpose in that something bigger. That's the energy we're leaning into today. So a very simple mantra to go with that kind of energy. Inhale, think I am. Exhale, conscious and divine. Take another big breath in. And a big breath out. You can begin your Ujjayi Pranayama practice as you're ready. Begin to inhale and exhale out of your nose, and recognizing that this breath, any breath, but in particular a pranayama practice, is kind of the whole point that we're focusing on here today, or the deeper point of what we're focusing on in terms of the chakras. It ignites your energy. It will fuel and bring balance to those energetic spaces in your body. And in particular, today, we bring a little bit more attention to that crown chakra space, the tiara, the spiritual tiara that you have on. One more inhale in. Through your nose, exhale out. As you're ready, make your way to tabletop pose from wherever you are. If you want another little movement at first as well, that's totally fine. Once you're in tabletop, it's your opportunity just to start to move. We always start very simple, very gentle, right? So just begin to feel movement in your spine. You can cat and cow go through those postures. You could add a little movement side to side. We won't do a ton of twisting in today's practice. So if you find opportunity to want to twist, then that might be a great chance here as well. Again, just that feeling of moving in the moment, transcending beyond a thought pattern, and instead tapping into something a little deeper. How does that show up in your body? And when all those first movements feel sufficient, push back to your first downward facing dog. Definitely take your time to arrive. If you're not quite ready yet, that's awesome. Take your time, you do you. And once you're in your first downward facing dog, feel that lift in your hips, add some bends in your knees, some pedals in your feet, whatever wiggles you might need. And then eventually settle into stillness in your downward facing dog. Feel that lift of your hips. Let your gaze soften between your shins. Lots of core engagement today. So notice it right away here. Push your navel up and in. Lengthen your low back by pushing your tailbone a little higher. Maybe try a little bend in your knees and see if that helps both of those actions to happen. That's your core lock, Uddiyana Bandha. Pay attention to that today. Take a big breath in and big breath out. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, Ragdoll Pose. Step your feet behind your wrists. Grab for some opposite elbows or arms, some like you have several. Or you could let your head and your hands hang heavy, or any other ragdoll posture you want. We'll be doing some chest expansion stuff in our Sun B, but if you want to feel it out here, you could add a little chest expansion, little twisty. Again, where are you guided to today, and the little nuances of how we show up. Switch your grip to whatever the other side is of what you chose, or if you've already done that and you want to add in some other variations, go for that as well. Love it. All of you are doing something slightly different, and it's fantastic. Eventually release your fingertips down to the mat. Toe heel your feet together till they touch. Bend your knees a lot, and then just slowly start to arrive up in a standing position. Let your legs lengthen your spine, reach through the crown of your head, get some nice shoulder rolls to help relax your shoulders. Maybe a little bit movement in your neck. To me, that always feels good, especially in the morning. And then standing at attention pose, Samasthiti. Spread your fingers wide, lift your chest to your thumbs, blink your eyes closed. And today, my friends, in everything we do, pay attention to the crown of your head. Lift it up a little bit more to the ceiling as you wrap your shoulder blades over your upper ribs. That'll add some length in your neck. Slight tuck of your chin will help you point the crown of your head even higher. And that spiritual tiara, that energetic space at the very top of your being, is where we connect to the understanding that we are more than a physical body. We have the opportunity to create deeper connection to that sense of self in our practice today. So whatever that means for intention for you, we'll send it out with some unified breath. Exhale the air from your lungs. Take a big breath in. Open up, exhale, let it go. Seal your lips, inhale, think I am. Exhale, conscious and divine. Blink your eyes open. Soften your palms to your sides. One simple Sun A to begin. Inhale, mountain pose, lift and reach through your fingertips. Exhale, forward fold. Connect your breath to how you're moving. Inhale, halfway lift, nice long spine. Exhale, high to low plank. Plant your palms, step back, bend your elbows halfway. Inhale, upward facing dog. Press into your palms to lift your chest. Exhale, downward facing dog. Curl your toes under, lift your hips. Big breath in. Big breath out. Two more Sun A's completely on your own. We have the basic version, the blueprint we just did of what a typical Sun A is, but you can stick to that. You can add on to that. You could do something wildly different than that. But again, the opportunity to make a little bit of a personal connection to your practice today. Realizing again that connecting breath to how you move will inform the energetic practice. Doesn't matter what it looks like. Think of that notion of consciousness. Consciousness starting to transcend time or space. And that feels lofty to me. Maybe it feels lofty to you as well, but just acting as if that's a possibility and what that might mean. Pay attention to the crown of your head. Notice how breath informs how you move. Beautiful, beautiful, my friends. You look fantastic. Beautiful connection to start the day, to start the weekend. As you make your way into your second round on your own of Sun B, this will be the last, or Sun A, this will be the last Sun A that we do. You could mix it up even more here. You could make it simpler. Better doesn't always mean more complex, right? And none of this is about better anyways. It's just about who we are and how we are today. When you get to the end of your second freestyle Sun A, we will meet in down dog, but you are welcome to take a resting pose that serves your body. Down dog isn't necessarily a resting posture for some of us. That can begin to feel intense over several breaths, so maybe child's pose. You could come to a seated meditation. That notion of meditation and giving space for meditation is a quintessential piece of the Sahasrara chakra. More so than any particular poses, though we'll do a couple later in the practice that give a little bit more attention to the crown of your head. Continue to connect to breath. Everybody inhale. Exhale, come to down dog if you're not there. One more breath in, I am. Exhale, conscious and divine. Let's do sun B. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, forward fold, step to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift, nice long spine. Exhale, fold down. Inhale, chair pose, bend at your knees, lift your chest, sweep your fingertips to the ceiling and breathe. Push your weight further into your heels. Squeeze your thighs together to make a really strong lower half of your body. Tuck your tailbone underneath you. Breathe in. Exhale, airplane your arms, reach behind you, and then add a chest expansion grip at your low back. Interlace your knuckles. Keep your arms nice and long. So reach your knuckles diagonally, basically parallel to your tailbone. If that feels like a little much in your shoulders, you can grab for opposite forearm or stick with the airplane arms. Take a breath in, add a little lift of your chest. Exhale, bound fold. Keep your chest expansion as you lower your chest down. Inhale, bound halfway lift. Squeeze your shoulder blades together, reach your knuckles back. Exhale, high to low plank. Release your chest expansion and take your variation. Inhale, upward facing dog. Feel the opening in your heart. Exhale, downward facing dog. Lift through your hips. Inhale, kick your right leg up. Exhale, low lunge, step your right foot between your fingers. And then inhale, reaching crescent lunge. So lift your chest slightly away from your thigh. Reach your fingertips straight from the crown of your head and breathe. Pivot your right hip crease back. Draw your navel up towards your spine and tuck your tailbone towards your left heel. Breathe in. Exhale, airplane arms. Sweep your palms to the back of the room. Inhale, star pose, toes out, heels in, open to the side of your mat. Exhale, goddess pose. Bring your thumbs to heart center, sink low in your hips. First couple goddess poses will hold. So it's a great opportunity to just freestyle in your movement. Notice how your hips, your glutes are feeling today. Just feeling a little bit of wiggle, freestyle side to side, twisty, twisty, whatever you'd like. And then back to stillness and goddess pose. Thumbs to heart, tuck your tailbone. One long line from your tailbone through the crown of your head. Spiritual tiara right above you. Let's move on. Inhale, star pose, big reach up. Exhale, warrior two. Bend your right knee, point your right knee over your front toes, reach your fingertips wide. Feel your chest lift above your hips and square to the side of your mat. Stay super straight and taut in your back leg. Now, a little different movement. Inhale, lateral side lunge to the back. Bring your thumbs to heart center. Now bend your left knee and straighten your right leg. Push your tailbone behind you off the other side of your mat. As you reach your chest forward, keep your navel up and in. Take a big breath in, add a little length in your spine. Exhale, low lunge. Walk your fingertips to the top of your mat. Inhale, high plank pose. Step your right foot back to your left. Pause and breathe. Micro bend your elbows. Reach through the crown of your head. Breathe in. Exhale, forearm plank. Come down to your elbows. Stack your elbows underneath your shoulders. Parallel your forearms or interlace your fingers. Inhale, dolphin dog. Lift your hips up. Pause and breathe. So it's basically down dog from your forearms. Could walk your feet in a little bit for the ones that we hold, and always give a bend in your knees to lift your tailbone higher. Breathe in. Exhale, forearm plank. Lower your hips with your shoulders. Inhale, high plank pose. Do a push-up from your mat. Exhale, downward facing dog. Lift your hips. Left side. Inhale, kick your left leg up. Exhale, low lunge. Step through to your palms. Inhale, reaching crescent lunge. Lift your chest slightly, hinge your collarbones forward and extend your arms long and breathe. Push into your left heel. Press your right heel back and lift your navel up as you lengthen your low back. Breathe in. Exhale, airplane your arms, sweep your fingertips back. Inhale, star pose, make that big X shape to the side. Exhale, goddess pose. Bring your thumbs to your heart. Bend your knees. Last time we'll hold goddess pose. So add in those movements that feel good to you. And then as you're ready, back to stillness and goddess, thumbs to your chest, sink a little bit lower, keep your weight in the outer edges of your feet and a little crunch in your abs. Remember, reach through the crown of your head. Inhale back through star, big reach and rise up. Exhale, warrior two, bend your left knee, straighten your right leg and reach long through your fingertips. As you square your chest to the side, you'll feel your hips angle slightly forward to help your knee point straight forward towards the top of your mat. Inhale, lateral side lunge, thumbs to heart, bend your right knee and straighten your left leg and breathe. Push your chest a little bit forward so you're pressing your tailbone in the opposite direction. Stay super straight and taut in your left leg. Feel your left quadricep flex. Big breath in. Exhale, low lunge to the front. Frame your left toes. Inhale, high plank pose. Take a big step back. Exhale, forearm plank. Come down to your forearms. We'll hold this first one here as well. Shoulders in line with hips, navel up and in. Inhale, dolphin pose. Lift your hips, pause and breathe. You can walk your feet in a little bit. Bend your knees, let your gaze hang heavy. Wrap your shoulder blades away from your ears. Breathe in. Exhale, forearm plank, lower your hips down. Inhale, high plank pose, push up from your mat. Exhale, downward facing dog. Nicely done. Take a big breath in. And a big breath out. Let's flow our sun B. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, forward fold. Come to step at the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold it down. Inhale, chair pose. Bend your knees, reach up. Exhale, airplane your arms, sweep your fingertips behind you. Inhale, bound chair, add the chest expansion. Exhale, bound fold, lead with your chest as you lower down. Inhale, bound half lift, reach your collarbones forward and knuckles back. Exhale, high to low plank. Take your variation that's good to you. Inhale, upward facing dog, lovely. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, kick your right toes up. Exhale, low lunge, step through to your palms. Inhale, reaching crescent lunge, make a big diagonal line with your whole body. Exhale, airplane arms, sweep your palms behind you. Inhale, star pose, open to the side. Exhale, goddess pose, use the full breath to lower your hips down. Inhale, back through star, big reach and rise up. Exhale, warrior two, rebend your right leg. Inhale, lateral side lunge, bend your left leg. Exhale, low lunge to the front, plant your palms at the top. Inhale, high plank pose, step your right foot back. Exhale, forearm plank, lower to your elbows. Inhale, dolphin dog, lift your hips. Exhale, forearm plank, lower back down. Inhale, high plank pose, stay with your breath. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, kick your left leg up. Exhale, low lunge, step it through. Inhale, reaching crescent lunge, lengthen your spine. Exhale, airplane arms, broaden your chest. Inhale, star pose, lengthen through your legs. Exhale, goddess pose, bend your knees, sink low, low, low. Inhale, back through star. Exhale, warrior two, point your left knee straight forward. Inhale, lateral side lunge, bend your right knee over your toes. Exhale, low lunge to the top, rebend your left leg. Inhale, high plank pose, keep your hips in line with your shoulders. Exhale, forearm plank. You could parallel your forearms or interlace your fingers. Inhale, dolphin dog, lift your hips, gaze to your shins. Exhale, forearm plank, stay with your breath, let it guide you. Inhale, high plank pose, push up. Exhale, down dog. That was fierce. Take a big breath in. Take a big breath out. Let's go one more time. Inhale, look forward. We'll add on a little bit. Exhale, forward fold, feet to touch at the top. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold it down. Inhale, chair pose, sink low, reach high. Exhale, airplane arms, broaden your chest as you reach back. Inhale, bound chair, interlace your fingers, keep a lift in your chest. Exhale, bound fold, let your knuckles come up overhead, nice and that. Inhale, bound half lift, reach your knuckles back, that's it, Jen. Exhale, high to low plank, release your chest expansion. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, kick your right toes up. Exhale, low lunge, step it through. Inhale, reaching crescent lunge. Feel that length in your spine. This time as you exhale, airplane pose. Let's add some balancing. Push forward onto your right foot. Kick your left big toe up and back. Broaden your chest. Find that spot to gaze down on the ground. Remember your spiritual tiara. Reach through the crown of your head a little bit more. Feel your core strength support that nice, long, powerful connection in your torso. You're here for 3. Star pose in 2. And 1. Big step back, plant your feet, open to the side. Inhale. Exhale, goddess pose. Sink low, 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 low. Inhale, back through star. Exhale, warrior 2. We're gonna mix it up a little bit. Inhale, reverse warrior. Reach your right arm high, get a little side body stretch. Exhale, extended side angle. Reach, reach, reach forward with your right palm. Then drop your right palm down as you reach your left arm up. We'll do 2 extended side angles today. A little bit later, we'll play with binding. So let this one be like a foundation. Feel the posture in your legs. Right knee stays over ankle, back leg, push into the knife edge of it. Open your chest to the side. Keep length in your side bodies. You're here for 3. Half moon pose in 2. And 1. Half moon pose, push into your right foot. Kick your left foot up off the mat. Flex your left toes, open your chest. You could bring your right fingertips down to your block or a water bottle. Feel length in all your limbs. We'll do another one of these too. So let this one be foundational as well. Where's your focus? Feel that reach through the crown of your head. Here for 3. Warrior 2 and 2. And 1. Warrior 2, plant your left foot back down. Bend your right knee, arms open wide. Let's finish this side. Inhale, side lunge to the back. Bend your left knee. Exhale, low lunge to the front. Plant your palms. Inhale, high plank pose, step back. Exhale, forearm plank, lower to your elbows. Inhale, dolphin dog, lift your hips. Exhale, forearm plank, lower down. Inhale, high plank pose. We're gonna do it one more time. Exhale, forearm plank, come down to your elbows. Inhale, high plank pose, spine nice and long. Exhale, forearm plank. Inhale, high plank pose. Exhale, downward facing dog. Pause, take a big breath in. And big breath out. Final side, inhale, kick your left toes up. Exhale, low lunge, step it through to your hands. Inhale, reaching crescent lunge, hinge your chest forward. Exhale, airplane pose, push forward onto your left foot. Kick your right heel up off the mat. Rather than like launching yourself up, think of the strength of your right glute being what helps lift with stability your right foot up in the mat. Dial your right hip down. Keep that flex in your left quad. Spiritual tiara, reach through the crown of your head. What does transcending time and space look like when you're standing on one foot? You're here for 3. Star pose in 2. And 1. Amazing job. Nice, Roxy. Star pose. Inhale. Exhale, goddess. Come back to the breath connection. Tuck your tailbone under. Inhale, back through star. Reach on up. Exhale, warrior 2. Bend through your left knee. That little add-on. Inhale, reverse warrior. Sweep your left palm high. Exhale, extended side angle. Lengthen your spine as you reach forward, then down. Remember, it's foundational. We'll be back here again. So keep that nice long side bodies. Rotate your torso open to the side of your mat so your left rib cage creeps underneath your right, and take some of that rounding out of your left side body. You're here for 3. Half moon pose in 2. And 1. Half moon pose, gaze beyond your left foot. Bring your left fingertips down to the ground or a block or a water bottle. Kick your right heel up. Flex your right toes to your face, long in every limb. Remember, it doesn't matter if we wobble, doesn't matter if we step down. All that matters is we're here, we're doing a gorgeous Barb. Yes, Julie, you're here for 3. Warrior 2 in 2. And 1, warrior 2, plant your right foot, rebend your left knee. Let's finish Sun B. Inhale, side lunge to the back, bend your right knee. Exhale, low lunge to the front, plant your palms. Inhale, high plank pose, step it back. Exhale, forearm plank, come down to your elbows. Inhale, dolphin dog, the breath will help you lift. Exhale, forearm plank, the breath will stabilize as you lower. Inhale, high plank pose. Let's do it one more time. Exhale, forearm plank. Inhale, dolphin dog, take your time. Exhale, forearm plank. You got it, Matthew. Inhale, high plank pose. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a big breath in. Big breath out. Inhale, I am. Exhale, conscious and divine. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, step all the way through. Come down to a seat on your mat. You are fabulous. Happy Saturday. Are you feeling good? Feeling okay? All right. We're going to come back. We're going to take that sequence and we're going to add a little bit more shoulder opening, shoulder movement, a little bit of time to play as well with forearm stand or headstand. And I toppled over last week doing it. We'll see what happens this week, especially now that I'm recording this. So that'll be fun to see how that all plays out. But we've already done a lot of core. So we're just going to do a little belly up core, more very traditional. So as you're ready, come down to your back. Basic crunches is where we'll start. So feet hip width distance towards your seat. Interlace your hands behind your head. And then press your low back to the mat. That's what'll really get your abdominals engaged. Breathe in. Exhale, lift your shoulder blades up off the mat. Inhale, lower down. Exhales, lift you up. Inhales, lower you down. Exhales, lift you up. And remember, you choose your pace here. You are in charge of the movement. You have control of your breath. And all of that today is part of this journey to opening energetically those highest pieces of ourselves. Yeah, even when we're doing crunches, we're leaning into enlightenment. You're here for 4, 3, pulse it up in 2, and 1, tiny pulse. 1 inch up, 1 inch down, 1 inch up, 1 inch down. Shoulder blades up the entire time. Keep the length through the crown of your head. Here for 4, 3, hold it high in 2, and 1. Static hold for 4, a tiny bit higher for 3, a tiny bit higher for 2. Bicycle twist in 1, twist it out, twist it right, to left, to right, to left, or twist, center, other side, center, or twist, 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 or anywhere in between. You find your pace. You decide how this movement works, right? Bicycle twist, you could add straight legs, you could plant your feet, you could plant your upper body. There's lots of choices you can make to really power this movement in a way that works for you. Feel the connection to breath as you're twisting. So exhales will help you twist. And then again, remember all of this breath, all of this is powering a whole layer of our body that ignites our energetic self. You're here for 4, 3, pulse it right in 2, and 1 to the right for 4, 3, pulse it left in 2, and 1 to the left, just 4, 3, long body stretch in 2, and 1, long body stretch, arms long, legs long. Fabulous job, my friends. Huge breath in, huge breath out. Hug your knees into your chest and kind of rock a little side to side first, and then begin to rock forwards and backwards. We're going to meet in a seat. Take a little bit of a pit stop here at the halfway point for just a moment of mindfulness, a moment of meditation. So as you make your way up to a seat, you could sit on your block or heels or whatever allows you to feel rooted with a nice long spine. Palms could do lots of things. You could do palms on your thighs, hands over your heart. You could do a Anjali mudra at your chest or even your third eye. Once you've made choice with seat in your hands, close your eyes, feel that length through the crown of your head, spiritual tiara. I don't know where that phrase came from, just kind of made it up today, but I like it. Just gives notion again to that idea that we are extending this energetic self slightly above our physical body because we are more than physical beings. So take just a minute here to just breathe into the curiosity of that idea, of what that looks like today to transcend your physical self and make a connection with your higher self. Two more full cycles of breath. And when that second full cycle of breath is complete, or whenever you're ready, we'll meet in downward facing dog. Begin to blink your eyes open. Find a little water as you need, or any little breaks or things you need to treat yourself well. Have your strap near your front of your mat. We'll use your strap in our standing sequence we're going to do up next. And then reconnect your Ujjayi Pranayama. Inhales through your nose. Through your nose, breathe out. One more. Inhale, I am. Exhale, conscious and divine. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, forward fold, step forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold down. Inhale, chair pose, bend at your knees, reach up. Exhale, eagle on the right. Bring your right arm under your left, palms can touch, or give yourself a hug, grab opposite shoulder, stand on your left foot, and guide your right thigh up over your left thigh. Take all your eagle options that work in your body. I like to kickstand on one of the sides. It just feels much more stable to me and allows me to focus on some of the other pieces of posture. So you do you. Lift your elbows up in line with your shoulders. Start with shoulders over hips. Feel that connection to your core strength. From there, you can always fly your eagle as well if you'd like. You can round down. Let your gaze travel with you. Keep a real deep connection to your core stability, and everything that's wrapped together, wrap it a little bit tighter. If you have chosen to fly your eagle and hinge forward, slowly begin to lift your chest so shoulders are back up over hips. Once you are there, unravel your arms, bring your thumbs to heart center, and we'll transition to figure four. So keep a little bend in your left knee, scoot your right ankle up on top of your left thigh, push your right knee down towards the mat. You might reach your tailbone a little bit more back, and if you do, hinge your chest a little bit more forward. Keep your core stability intact, getting a little bit of a hip opening stretch in your right leg. You're here for 3. Mountain pose in 2. And 1. Inhale, mountain pose. Both feet down, lengthen your legs, reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Lead with your chest as you lower towards your mat. Inhale, halfway lift, nice long spine. Exhale, high to low plank, or any version of that you'd like to do. Inhale, upward facing dog. Feel that opening in your heart. Exhale, downward facing dog, lift your hips. Now, before we move on, gather your strap in your right hand and have it ready to come up with you. Inhale, kick your right leg high. Exhale, low lunge, step between your hands. Now with your strap in your right hand, inhale, warrior 1. Push your left heel down at the back of your mat, lift your chest, reach your arms up high, and breathe. So set up warrior 1 first. Work to square your hips forward, bend into your right knee. Keep your shoulders stacked right above your hips. We're gonna play with arch your arms. So with your strap, let it dangle between your shoulder blades from your right hand. Then bend your right elbow so your fingertips come down between your shoulder blades. Lift your left arm open to the side, flip your palm to the back, reach down, then bend at your elbow to reach your palm up and grab for another piece of your strap. So the goal with archer arms is to have your right elbow pointing up, your left elbow pointing down. And if you've got some real strong shoulder mobility, you might actually clasp your fingertips together. But for the rest of us, the strap helps make that connection. Now inhale, add a little lift of your chest. Exhale, humble warrior with archer arms. This is going to be very different from a typical humble warrior. You may not hinge all the way down. I only go about a third of the way down. You'll feel more length in your spine, keeps you to reach through the crown of your head. Continue to point your right elbow up from the crown of your head as you point your left elbow down. Draw your navel into your spine. You're here from 3. Back to warrior 1, strap in your left hand in 2. And 1, back to warrior 1. Lift your chest, release your archer arms. Strap in your left hand this time, breathe in. Exhale, warrior 2, arms open wide, widen your stance as you need. Inhale, reverse warrior, sweep your right arm up. Exhale, extended side angle. Reach, reach, reach forward with your right palm bend down. Lift your strap up overhead. We are going to set up some bound extended side angle. So first start with the half bind. Reach your left arm back, flip your palm behind you, then drop your strap below your right thigh, your elbow towards your rib cage. Reach under your right thigh with your other hand and grab a different piece of your strap. So again, this is a way to get the full bind without necessarily having to bring your fingertips all the way together to touch. So you can maintain the really nice long spine. From there, open your chest, reach to the crown of your head. You are welcome to stay right here and play with the full bind and just get to feel that, get to know that in your body, an extended side angle. If you'd like to play a little bit with a full bound half moon, gaze beyond your right big toes, scoot your left foot a little forward, and then again, use the strength of your left glute rather than a launch up to kick your left foot up off the mat as you work to open your chest to the side, maintaining the full bind with your strap. You can also release the bind. You can do anything you want to do. As we lean into these more challenging spaces, know how that may play with some of the stories that go through our head, emotions that happen. You look great. Way to stay with it. You're here for 3. Ditch the strap, star pose in 2. And 1, ditch the strap, star pose, toes out, heels in, reach up, big breath in. Exhale, goddess pose, come back to your breath connection. Inhale, back through star, rise on up. Exhale, wide leg forward fold. Point your toes, hinge from your hips, lead with your chest. Let your head just hang heavy for a couple breaths. This nice, easy inversion is a good opportunity just to let some of the challenge we just experienced go, if that felt challenging for you. And to just be here and breathe, right? Part of the Sahasrara connection is recognizing that bridge we are building energetically between who we are as a physical body and recognizing that all of us are far more than a physical body. So what does that mean for you today? How are you transcending the physical? How does this feel spiritual in nature? And spiritual can mean a lot of things, but whatever significance that word holds for you, can you bring that into this practice? Runner's lunge will be your release. You're welcome to hang out in wide leg forward fold a little bit more. As you're ready for runner's lunge, walk your palms forward, toe heel your right foot out a little bit. Lots of runner's lunge variations. I totally recommend you do the version that serves your body best today. You could quad stretch, you could use your strap to quad stretch. You could use your block. You can do lots of stuff, right? These moments of stillness in the practice are a great opportunity to lean into that meditative state. Recapture priority of breath and let that priority of breath really bring in a value of mindfulness to your practice. My mind wanders with the best of them, often towards food. And not that that's a bad thing, but that will be there, right? That's consciousness for another moment. What is the consciousness available in this moment? Return back to your runner's lunge. Press your palms to your mat. Curl your back toes under. Inhale, high plank pose. Step your right foot back. Exhale, forearm plank. Come down to your elbows. Inhale, dolphin dog. Lift your hips. Exhale, forearm plank. Inhale, high plank pose. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathe in, I am. Breathe out, conscious and divine. Let's do the last side. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, forward fold, come to step to the top. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold down. Inhale, chair pose, bend your knees, reach up. Exhale, ego on the left side, left arm under your right, left leg over your right. So you're standing on your right foot when you do ego on the left. Find all of those variations that work for you. As you squeeze your legs together and square your hips forward, you'll feel a nice engagement of your inner thighs and a little stretch in your outer thighs and outer hips. So feel that lift of your chest first. If you want to fly your eagle, you can. Round your spine, carve out your belly, let your gaze follow with you down. Beautiful focus, my friends. Feel everything squeezed together, even a little bit tighter now. Those flying your eagle, slowly begin to lift your chest. Bring your thumbs to heart center, and then we'll do figure 4 on the left. So bring your left ankle up on top of your right leg. Push your tailbone back, reach your chest forward, push your left knee down to the mat. Remember, spiritual tiara, feel the reach through the crown of your head, even above your physical self. You're here for 3. Mountain pose in 2. And 1, mountain pose, feet down, inhale, reach up. Exhale, forward fold. You are amazing. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, high to low plank. Beautiful practice, my friends. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Nice, James. Inhale, kick your left leg high. Exhale, low lunge, step it through. Gather your strap in your left hand first, and then inhale, warrior 1. With your strap in your left hand, lift your chest, reach your arms up to the ceiling, breathe. Feel the warrior 1 set up, push into your right heel, bend your left knee. Rather than hinging forward, especially for this one, keep your shoulders stacked above your hips. Then we'll add the arch your arms, dangle your strap from your left hand between your shoulder blades. Drop your left palm down so your left elbow points up. Reach your right arm open, flip it back, reach down, then reach up for another piece of your strap. So again, the goal is to point your left arm up, left elbow up, right elbow down, using the strap to make that connection. This is intense in my right shoulder. So I've got my hand way far down on my strap and it's more of like a 90-degree bend in my elbow. So you do you. That's what the strap is there to help us do. Inhale, lift your chest. Exhale, humble warrior with arch your arms. Remember, it's way different maybe than regular humble warrior. So stop where your chest wants to stop. You'll feel more length in your spine. Reach through the crown of your head, push your tailbone back. Feel those muscles along your spine really flex to lengthen your low back. You're here for 3. Rise up to warrior 1, strap in your right hand in 2. And 1, slowly lift your chest. Inhale, warrior 1, both arms up, strap in your right hand. Exhale, warrior 2, open your arms wide. Inhale, reverse warrior, lift your left palm up. Exhale, extended side angle, sweep your left palm forward and down, reach your right arm up high. Let's play with the binds, reach your right arm back, flip it behind you, let your strap dangle between your legs. Reach under with your left hand for a different part of your strap, and then recommit to your extended side angle here. Nice long side bodies, reach through the crown of your head, stack your left knee on top of your ankle. You are welcome to stay here. If you want to play a little bit with that bound half moon, scooch your feet in a little closer together, at least that's what helps me. Gaze beyond your left foot, begin to kick your right foot up. Open your chest, let your strap help you maintain the full bind. As you lengthen your standing leg, kick your right foot higher, So good. Yes, Kamna. We've got it, Chris. Stay with it here for 3. Ditch your strap, star pose in 2. And 1. Done with the strap, my friends. Inhale, star pose, full rise up. Exhale, 1 more goddess pose. Sink low, low, low in your hips. Inhale, back through star. Exhale, wide leg forward fold. Hinge from your hips, parallel your feet. You could take a variation on the way down, especially because our shoulders are just nice and loosey-goosey now. And at the bottom of your wide leg forward fold, take any variation you'd like. Maybe you'd like to twist. Yes, Roxy, love it. Maybe you want to come down, get a little bit of prone frog, or Skandasana would go really well with the side lunging we were doing in Sun B. No choice is a wrong choice. Just an opportunity again to create consciousness to this moment. This is the space where we really develop and transform into an understanding that we are part of something bigger than us. And we have some unique abilities, some unique individuality that makes us an important piece of that bigger than us. We matter. Our skills matter, our identity matters, and we get to cultivate that and live to endure and bring that version of us more into the world. Runner's lunge is your release when you're ready. Totally take your time to get there. Walk your palms forward, bring your left foot out a little bit more. If you quad stretched on the other side, give yourself a little quad stretch here as well. While you are doing runner's lunge, I'm going to explain what's going to happen next. When this final dolphin dog that we move through, there's an opportunity to do a forearm stand or a headstand. So from dolphin dog, you're already set up for forearm stand. Basically walk your feet a little bit more to bring your hips closer above your thighs, and then give yourself a couple big kicks up to work to bring your feet up, your hips up over your shoulders, a lot of core strength to then kick your feet up above your head. If you do it near a wall, you can bring a wall into the for support as well. If you want to do a headstand, take that forearm stand, interlace your fingers, cradle your head with your palms. Same thing, walk your feet in, and then get a little lift up to bring your hips up over your shoulders. And again, maybe a wall will help you kick up into the forearm stand and get the feeling. Then you can add in a little bit more of that stability. So from your runner's lunge, press back up to your palms, curl your back toes under, step your left foot back to your right, inhale in high plank, exhale forearm plank. Inhale dolphin dog, we hold and breathe. If you'd like to walk your forward into forearm stand, you're set up. If you want to try headstand, interlace your fingers, bring the crown of your head right to the mat, then come back to that dolphin dog setup. Squeeze your elbows towards each other to keep them in line with your shoulders, and then give a couple kicks up. Feel that lift of your shoulders over your hips, feet high. And remember, walls are super helpful. If you've got a partner or somebody nearby who wants to step in and grab your feet as you kick them up, it's another great way to learn as well. Sadie's not really useful for that this morning as she's snoring on the quilt next to me over here. Once you are done, we will meet in a child's pose or a resting posture of your choice. Nice job, Annette, love it. James looks fantastic. Way to give your body what you need, what it would like to play with this morning. Everybody take a big breath in, I am. Big breath out, conscious and divine. Come to down dog if you're not there. From down dog, inhale, kick your right leg up. Exhale, half pigeon. Bring your knee to your wrist, keep a flex in your toes. Toes, oh, that was Minnesotan. Flex in your toes. Get a little lift of your chest. As you're ready, walk yourself into a half pigeon variation that serves you You could roll to your back if you'd like. We'll do a couple, just a couple quick seated postures after half pigeon. So if you do go to your back, know that you may have to sit back up, but it's always a great option, right? When we look at energy within this chakra, one of the ways that we can know if we're deficient in that energy is looking at our own sense of self-transformation. I'm not saying that we need to be transforming all the time. However, if we feel stuck, if we sense a lack of evolution in our own existence, in our own development as a human, particularly if we notice that we're repeating patterns that are old, things that we know just really aren't us anymore, but we still find ourselves doing it. That might be a time where we want to give more attention to the crown chakra. And there's lots of ways to do that. It's not just yoga poses. There's mantras, there is meditation, mudra, even crystals, colors. The color associated with the crown chakra is white or all colors, the presence of all colors. So lots of different ways to bring attention to the chakra. As you're ready for the left side of half pigeon, go for it. A little lift of your hips, some counter stretches and wiggles along the way. And as you're ready, left leg high, left knee to wrist. Keep the flex in your toes. And then lower into the posture as you're ready. Left half pigeon and right half pigeon do not have to be twins to each other. Just something similar to each other or not. Sometimes I do the left side on my back and the right side in traditional half pigeon. That's fine. If we are excessive in the energy of the Sahasrara chakra, it's when we kind of use, I read the phrase spiritual escapism, where kind of wielding the language of spirituality as a blanket or kind of like a smoke and mirrors game from actual spiritual connection or transformation. So being overly intellectual about spirituality rather than living in a spiritual practice. That's a sign of excessive energy in the Sahasrara. I have a hard time saying this word sometimes, Sahasrara chakra space. Gently, gently make your way out of the left side of half pigeon. If you're on your back, we'll meet you in a seat. Half pigeons, give yourself those little wiggles and pedals that feel good. And then from a final down dog, come down to your knees. We're gonna do rabbit pose. One of the more accessible postures where you can bring the crown of your head into the posture itself. So for rabbit pose, have a seat on your heels and actually bring your heels together to touch as much as you possibly can. If it's a little bit more comfortable to open them, that's totally fine. We're going to use a mitten grip. So thumbs separate, fingers together. Eventually you're going to grab for the arches of your feet, but for now that might not be accessible yet. So you can kind of grab for your butt instead. So nice long spine to start. Reach through your spiritual tiara, reach to the crown of your head, big breath in. Exhale, tuck your chin to your chest. Now we're going to really round your spine down and forward. So you bring your forehead to your knees and the crown of your head onto the mat as much as you can. Now with your mitten grip, grab for the soles of your feet, thumbs on the outside, fingers on the arches. Wrap your shoulders away from your ears and lift your hips up away from the mat. Remember, press your forehead towards your knees. Let the crown of your head hover over your mat. Lift your hips up like you do a somersault if you weren't holding onto your feet. You're here for 3. Rewind in 2. And 1. Rewind. Lift. Let your hips soften to your heels. Lift to the crown of your head. Bring your palms onto your thighs. Oof. Add some length back in your spine. Take a big breath in. Big breath out. Rock your hips to either side. We'll do a more traditional fold forward with seated forward fold. Legs out long, spine long. Inhale, reach to the ceiling. Exhale, fold over your thighs. Bring your hands onto the soles of your feet. From here, I like to shimmy my hips back just a little bit more to add a little bit of leg length, but it's more important to feel that inhale, reach forward through your chest. Exhale, fold down over your legs. Do it again, breathe in. And breathe out. One more for good measure. Inhale, I am. Exhale, conscious and divine. Inhale, slowly lift your chest, palms out in front of you, face up. Exhale, roll all the way down to your back, one vertebra at a time. And when you reach your mat, happy baby awaits you. Hug your knees into your chest. Grab for the soles of your feet or your shins or your thighs or behind your knees, whatever works for you to keep your full spine down while adding a little bit of kick in your legs. It's a nice way to neutralize your spine. Anytime we do yoga, but especially when we do so much core stuff, your spine gets a workout. So all those muscles along your back are just as much a part of your core as your abs. So just feel a nice little rock and roll side to side. And hug your knees into your chest. We'll end with supine twist. Left leg long, right knee in. Use your left hand to guide your right knee across your body. Reach your right arm open next to you. So as you twist your right knee to the left, let your gaze simply soften to the right as much as feels good and gentle for you. If it's comfortable with you, close your eyes. Remember, transcending time or space in terms of consciousness. What does that feel like right now? What do you notice here that maybe wasn't quite as present an hour ago? And then gently, slowly come back to center. Give your knee a squeeze before you switch out your legs. Final supine twist on the other side. Right leg long, left knee in. Guide your left knee over to the right. Let your chin fall open to the left. Gaze softly. Let any control over your breath begin to dissipate. And recognize the power present in your practice. Slowly, slowly, slowly come back to center. Give your knee a squeeze and then hug both knees into your chest. Hug yourself into that tiny little ball, forehead to knees, chin to chest. Give yourself a big squeeze as you breathe in. Open mouth, exhale, Shavasana, corpse pose, final resting posture. Make it feel comfy. Add blocks, add pillows, throw a cat on your chest. Whatever allows you to feel maximum opportunity to let go. The time is currently 10:30. We're going to run like 2 minutes long, just so you know. But I want to give you a full 90 seconds here to just enjoy the opportunity to let go in a state of heightened consciousness that you've created for yourself. I'll guide you out shortly. Enjoy. If you've been around for this chakra journey from the root chakra to the crown chakra, which most, if not all of you have, it's interesting to recognize how we are very much moving from such a grounded solid space, now up into something ethereal, something the opposite of grounded. And both of those are pieces of us and everything in between. As you're ready to bring all the good vibes from your practice into life after yoga today, just start to wiggle a little in your extremities. Let wiggles begin to grow until eventually you come to a long body stretch. Reach your arms behind you, point your toes in front of you. Once you're there, enjoy a nice big breath in. And a big, huge breath out. Draw your knees into your chest. Roll to a fetal posture facing either direction. And from that fetal posture, gently, gently bring yourself up to a seat. Face the front of your mat. When you get to that seat, sit up nice and tall. Remember, crown, reach above the top of your head as if that is a piece of you, because it is. Wrap your shoulders down a little bit and push your thumbs to your heart space. Take a moment to give yourself some kudos for all of the things that you bring to your mat and a willingness to challenge, to lean into the curiosity and the growth we discover in the practice. And then bring your thumbs to your third eye and give yourself some kudos to the other people in this space, the other people that are part of this community whose energy impacts what we do. And they are part of our transformation, our growth, in the same way that we are part of theirs. So grateful we get to do this together. Bowing forward, we seal our practice, saying peace, my friends.